Now, not that we need a lot of excuses to get out and go camping, but there's supposed to be the Delta Aquarids Meteor Shower tonight. I'm sure I said that wrong, but that's supposed to be tonight at the peak. So we're gonna go check that out. And of course, we can't do that locally. We want to get to where it's the darkest it can be, and we're gonna take an opportunity to go check something out we've never been to before. In a previous video, you might have seen where we went up to a ghost town in central Idaho, and we're gonna go to the same place that we stayed in a cabin during the winter. So that's called Old Oro Grande. There's a formation there called Buffalo-hump, and it climbs way up into the mountains. I want to say like 8,500 feet, and we're gonna go and camp up there. So this is gonna be kind of stressful because it's just me and the kids. Mom still has to work today, so we're gonna go 250 miles to check out a meteor shower. So it's a good excuse to get out and have some fun. The kids are excited. I know I'm excited for it. Let's hit it. Adventure playlist starts now.
Past Lewiston, and we're heading our way to Grainsville. The thing I'm excited about is probably the asteroids falling down from space into our atmosphere, burning up like a hot ball of lava. I hope it would be very, very cool at night. Wow, take a look at this view. That's pretty cool.
We got partway down the Idaho grade outside of Grangeville, and they had closed it off for the day. Apparently some rockfall or something like that, so we got to reroute around to Kuskia area, what they call the Harper grade. Made the turn off down Crooked River. We're going to follow this for about 21 miles before we get to our campground. Now we'll get to Oro Grande and Old Oro Grande first, so we'll be able to check those out and see how different they are in the summer versus the winter. Yeah, there's a lot of snow here then.
It's like I barely recognized it.
Yeah. It's really cool to be here in the summertime and see the difference between now and the winter when the snow was all piled up. Man, this road is so much easier to drive. One thing about this area is there is mine tailings almost everywhere. Well, I think this is a good time to air down, just to make sure we're ready for the trail ahead.
Yeah, look at the signage. It's just almost gone. This sign has been burnt to ashes.
All right, we're all aired down to 21 pounds. Let's hit the trail.
Yeah. Hope we get a big flat spot for our tent.
All right, we've made it to the top of Oro Grande Pass. It's a really easy drive. Most vehicles, even two-wheel drives, can make it. But going forward from here, so much of this area is surrounded by wilderness, and these roads aren't quite maintained as well as the other ones. So it'll be interesting to see what we find up here. We're going up to Wild Horse Lake, and there's Wild Horse Campground where we're going to stay the night. So we're only 2.69 miles away from it. Let's get to it. Just got the tent set up and it started raining on us. It's supposed to be clear skies, but of course that's the weather according to Elk City, which is 80 miles from here, so it can be wrong. It's still sunny, but it's raining through it. The horseflies are particularly bad, but the tent's set up, so hopefully that'll hold our campsite. In the meantime, we're gonna drive down to Wild Horse Lake and see if there's any fish down there.
Yeah. We're at Wild Horse Lake and I'm gonna try to catch some fish. There's a dragonfly.
Some people have canoes here.
I want to see if the water's shallow or much.
Wow.
There's some rock. Oh, I think I see the boat. It looks like a rowboat.
Yeah. Is this going to be successful?
I don't know, but I'm going to...
We're going to go that way?
I'm going to try to go that way.
Helene, I don't think we should go this way.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think it's a fish. Oh, yeah, that's a fish. This is huge.
Oh, go for it, girl. Let's see it.
He's crying.
Is
For a
that
minute, I thought it was caught, but...
No, it was snagged.
I thought it was caught, like it was fighting back.
Well, we got skunked on fishing. Not too surprising because we were only there for about 40 minutes, but it started raining on us and we decided it was more prudent to get back to the camp and see if we can make us some dinner before the rain really kicks in.
Yeah, we heard some thunder while we were fishing.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get a meal made and get into our tent before things really start raining. I'm a little worried about the meteor shower tonight, if it'll be clear enough for us to be able to take film of it, but we'll do our best. It may not be gourmet, but sausages with pineapple and bacon, that'll work for dinner.
The hot dogs are really good, but I'm getting full.
Yeah. Emmett, you're on number 2, right?
I just can't stop.
They are good. We're done with dinner and we're all huddled down in the tent. We've already watched a movie. We've waited for it to get dark. We know that there's going to be quite a meteor shower tonight. Thankfully, the clouds have all cleared up and we should be able to see them. We've actually taken the fly off of our tent. Let me show you. So that we can see up and out. Hopefully, we'll have a good view of the stars. We've set up our GoPro camera to be able to take nighttime shots, and hopefully we'll have something really stellar to show you. What do you guys think of this night?
I think it's gonna be amazing. Yeah. I can't wait to see the shooting stars.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
We'll let you know how it goes. Time to go collect the GoPro camera before it gets too light. It's an awesome setup. There we go. Going to the night lapse setting. Set your shutter for 30 seconds on auto. You want to hit the Pro Tune button, and you want to set your ISO max and min for 800. Your white balance always changes on you for some reason. You're going to want that about 3200K. And then sharpness on high, and you should be set to go. This battery pack is awesome too. Goes all night, and my camera is still at 100%. Yeah, this little battery pack works slick. The best thing is I can charge it in the Bronco. Pretty cool. Good morning. It was a decent night's sleep. We saw a fair number of stars up through the canopy. Hopefully the GoPro picked up a lot more than what we saw, though, because it was out all night running that. So if it didn't, call it amateur hour. It's what it is. We're excited today because we're going to head up to the top of Buffalo-hump. Now, as you've seen in some of our previous videos, there's actually some land use issues. And I guess we're going to have to address them head on at some point. When we were over at Lemhi Pass, there was some private property owners up there that had gated off some sections. Well, you know, having the background that I have and looking at that, one of the things that they did was they owned property on one side of the road, but they gated the entire road so that no one could go up there and access the public property. Well, the trouble with that is they owned about 350 acres, but what they gated off was more than 2,000 acres. So the remaining acreage was all public land. And then there's also kind of a fairness issue. So they have 350 acres, but they are getting full use out of 2,000 acres. That you and I, as taxpayers, when we own a piece of property, we have to pay taxes on it. Well, they're getting the rest of that acreage and not paying taxes on it. So I see that as kind of not a very fair thing. Now here, things might be a little bit different. It'll be interesting to do the climb because you actually descend from the summit down into the valley again, and then you come up to Buffalo-hump. Well, there's been some property issues up there as well. There's some properties that you go through that are privately owned that the road actually passes through, and we're grateful for those kind of easements that we can access those. Now, up at the lake, for instance, the lake at some point became privately owned. And, you know, that's the way things go sometimes. Buffalo-hump Lake, there was access to it at various times throughout history. And now it's closed off. And I understand why it's closed off is because people were abusing it. People were leaving trash, tearing things up. I get that. I totally get that. And as a private property owner, I would eventually get tired of that kind of treatment and close it off as well. However, there is also Crystal Lake up there. Now, from here at Oro Grande Summit, you can take a trail and you can hike over to Crystal Lake at the bottom of it. But it used to be that you could drive around Buffalo-Hump Lake on a trail there, and you could drive to the top and have this beautiful look down on Crystal Lake. And because of the private property that's closed off right at Buffalo-Hump Lake, you can no longer do that, even though the overlook is on public land. So, I understand both sides of it. It's unfortunate that we lose access because some people are poor actors. But I've also heard that there are some of the owners up there are not very kind to those of us that are using public land either. So this can go both ways. It will be really interesting to take the drive today and see kind of what our impression is, because we've never been up there. Let's see how they treat us. Let's see kind of the things that we do have access to. I'm not going to go beyond any gates or any signs that say no trespassing, that kind of thing. I am going to be aware of the private land that we do have access to and that has made an easement for us to be able to travel on. I'm conscientious of that. Let's get things packed up. Let's get going. Did you have fun last night looking at the stars?
I did have very much fun, but I believe I hooked a fish yesterday, and I can't really tell if it was a fish or if it was caught. It was going crazy, so I thought I caught a fish. But at first when I felt it, I thought it wasn't a fish until it just started just pulling and going everywhere.
Wow.
But how could a high mountain lake have big fish?
It can. Maybe you got a turtle.
Wait, there's turtles up there?
Oh yeah, there's turtles.
Turtles eat corn?
Oh, yeah, they will. So, all right, should we get going?
Sure.
Let's get going. We're mostly packed up and ready to go. We're gonna do our climb up to Buffalo-Hump today. We'll see you next week. We're gonna show you that episode then. Remember, if you want 10% off your Yankum rope, use the code VenturePlaylist. Follow us on ko-fi.com/ventureplaylist. On there, we upload all of our information regarding maps, that kind of thing, for our gold level subscribers. But if you just follow us, we like to keep in contact with you and let you know what we're doing. We also have some questions for you on where you'd like to see us go, what kind of activities you'd like to see us do. So it's been a pleasure. We'll see you next week. Venture Playlist is out.